Hey everybody. The other day I saw the Expendables 2 and I thought it was fine. I'm going to give it a 6. You know, it was the Expendables 2. I didn't expect to see a piece of high art, but I got exactly what I expected. Maybe, just slightly let down. First things first, there's no way this is better than the first one. I know that The Expendables is a part of my Hefty Reviews collection. I thought about going back and re-watching the review I gave for Expendables. Off the top of my head, I say I want to give it a 7. I have to give this a 6. There's no way that it's better than the first one. It's about what's it about? Okay, revenge. I mean, it's about revenge and trying to stop a bad guy who has massive amounts of plutonium that he's going to give to the highest bidder. That's basically, in a nutshell, what it's about. Stars a lot of people. Most of the cast of The Expendables are back for the sequel. Mickey Rourke wasn't there, but see, I was trying to remember who was the bad guy in the first one. I thought maybe Mickey Rourke was the bad guy. I can't really remember. I only saw it the one time when I rented it. Again, with The Expendables 2, I have no intention of ever seeing this again. I saw it in the theater because I enjoyed The Expendables so much. I thought, well, I better see The Expendables 2 in the theater. So again, I don't think I'll ever need to watch this movie again. But now I kind of want to watch the first one. Pretty much the whole crew is back. Sylvester Stallone, and he wrote the film. He did not direct this. I think he directed the first one, though I'm not sure. This is directed by Simon West. So we've got Sylvester Stallone. He's pretty much the lead. He wrote it. We've also got Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terry Crews, Jet Li, Randy Couture, one of the Hemsworth boys. Who else is in there? Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, some Asian lady that I didn't know at all, which I wished was Michelle Yeoh, and I don't know was like Michelle Yeoh busy. I didn't know this lady at all. She was pretty, but I would prefer to see Michelle Yeoh. Chuck Norris. I guess I got the big ones. I don't know if I'm leaving any. Oh, Statham, Jason Statham. Okay. I guess I just want to say what I was disappointed in. There's some obvious things here. Obviously, the story doesn't make much sense at all. There's barely a story to be had. It's just, they go on a mission. One of their own is killed. They seek revenge. They got to stop this guy. In the meantime, I mean, really, it's just nonsensical. It's just a shoestring plot held together by this chaotic violence, and oftentimes it is chaotic. Things just kind of happen because they need to. There's no real logic to anything going on. Great distances and roadblocks and troubles are just simply wiped clean because they need to be. Like, what I mean is, in one scene, okay, so they park their plane. They have to hide their plane, and they hide their plane so well that, it's hard to get to. It's hard to find. If they don't, remember it exactly, even if they do remember it exactly, it's going to be hard to find their plane. And so then one scene, they're like, that's the problem, is we've hid the plane so well that, you know, we can't find it. So then they find the plane, finally, and get their equipment, get their guns, whatever, leave the plane. Then in the very next scene, they say, oh, we need the plane again. And instead of having, you know, the problems that they just suffered through of trying to find the plane again, the plane's just right there. You know, the plane just appears, you know, without a moment, you know, to spare. It's just like there. You know, it's that kind of logic. But again, you're not watching this for logic. You're just watching it to have a mindless good time. And I was trying to make some more negatives, but it is a mindless good time. Even though it was dumb, even though it didn't require 1 ounce of my brain to, you know, enjoy the film. And most of the times, you know, it was stupid and kind of cheesy, hammy, campy. Not the entire time, but most of the time, I had a gigantic smile plastered on my face because it was fun and stupid and funny. So, you know, it was kind of a good time at the theater. It wasn't a great time, it was a good time. Still, I'm giving it a 6. I think the whole theatrical experience was a 6. Some things I'm definitely disappointed in. The only thing I can remember, really, from the first film is Dolph Lundgren versus Jet Li. I thought they had a great fight, you know, biggest guy versus the littlest guy. I thought they had a great fight, and I was all ready for them to be buddy-buddy and chummy through the whole film, but Jet Li is only in the opening scene. He gets to do some cool stuff. I mean, obviously, since he's only in the first scene is Jet Li heavy, but then he's gone. And I'm like, okay, so Jet Li is totally awesome and probably the best fighter there. Why don't we get to watch him more? But we don't. So he's gone, and he never comes back, not even at the end of the movie. He's just gone. Because there's just too many people to be in this movie. So I was really disappointed that Jet Li was gone after the first scene. On the other hand, I was happy to see that Dolph Lundgren was still the best part of this movie. Again, no one's like doing really any heavy lifting acting. Maybe a little bit Stallone. Mostly all of the acting stuff is left to the lady, the Chinese lady. You know, she's got to do some acting here and there, but really the Expendables, they just have to be, you know, who they are, basically. So there's no real work here. But Dolph Lundgren, you know, again, he's not turning in a groundbreaking performance, but he definitely looks like the only one who's having a great time. You know, he's working, he's getting paid, and he's just blowing shit up. He looks like he's having a great time doing it. He looks like he's having a fun time making the movie, where everyone else seems to just, again, having fun, but just not at the level of Dolph Lundgren. He's just got this energy that that pops off of him and makes him pop off the screen. Dolph Lundgren was my favorite part of the first film. He's my favorite part of the second film. But again, I was really hoping for some interplay between Jet Li and Dolph Lundgren. One thing that kept irritating me was, I don't really think this movie had a score. You know, I just think it had, you know, a soundtrack, an original soundtrack, but not an original score. And it was really making me mad sometimes. I think that it should have a score. And I really can't justify this too much, because Other films have done this too. But, you know, they're out in the middle of the jungle, you know, or in some other inhospitable area, and there's like classic soul music playing, and you know, Motown, or you know, whatever, just like oldies and classic rock hits, and it all kind of sounded like it was source music, like it was coming from someone listening to it right there, but then it obviously wasn't. The soundtrack really annoyed me, even though there was some good music. I just thought it served as a distraction. It's like, you know, obviously you can't think about this too much because it's not going to make too much sense. So instead, just listen to this song, you know, from oldies radio, and you'll just be caught up in the song, and well, you won't think too much about it. And it's kind of right, you know. It was like, wow, this is a badass song. I haven't heard this song in a while. And, you know, I was grooving to the tune and not, you know, thinking about the film. So, again, it's just all a cohesive work, at least, to get you to sit there through this. You know, it was definitely really hammy. Chuck Norris, God love him. You know, I'm so happy for his career resurgence, even though it's kind of got this mocking tone to it. You know, again, I'm happy for him. He's been working forever. He's been in the business forever. So I think he deserves, you know, for better or worse, what he's getting. A lot of the most at least for me, the most ridiculous parts of the film circle around Chuck Norris. You know, he's like this lone wolf character, only works alone. And somehow, when the Expendables, the entire team is pinned down by what appears to be some type of entire army, or, you know, a tank and everything, an entire battalion of troops, again, has the group of the Expendables pinned down, backed into a corner, whatever. Their minutes are numbered. Chuck Norris comes out of nowhere, like literally nowhere. We don't get to see where he comes out of, and destroys everybody. The entire battalion, the tank, you know, all gone because of Chuck Norris is somewhere. But again, that was also the best part, you know, kind of. It was hilarious, but absolutely ridiculous, ludicrous even. Another thing that disappointed me, Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know, it could be argued that Jean-Claude Van Damme is the best actor in the movie. He has recently shown a lot of chops in, you know, picking different characters. Here, it's not so much that I'm disappointed in him, it's just that he's not a bad guy. I mean, the bad guy isn't really there. He just wants to, yeah, he kills people, but everyone kills people in this movie. So that doesn't differentiate him from the bad guy. He just, from the good guys, he just wants the money. You know, he just wants money. He wants this plutonium, and he wants to sell it. He's got like a right-hand man, a henchman who like just disappears halfway through the film. Again, it's just not like a real bad guy. He was just there to say some cool stuff and to have a fight with Sly Stallone at the end. Again, it was the bad guy is just a big disappointment. I didn't find him with any motivation or anything, even like any cool scenes. You know, the bad guy takes a backseat to the Expendables, and therefore, you know, we don't really care. They, you know, say the hero can only be as good as their villain. You know, the villain has to be super bad for them to be super good. And we don't really even see Jean-Claude Van Damme be that bad. And we don't know what he wants besides money, which kind of makes him a kind of a weaker villain. I don't know. I was just disappointed in the bad guy. And too bad that he was played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, even though he's got some great fight scenes. He doesn't really get to, you know, act much, and I think Jean-Claude Van Damme can actually act. So, I mean, again, whatever. It's a mindless, good time at the theater. You don't have to use your brain pretty much at all. In fact, you shouldn't, because if you start using your brain, then, you know, it's just going to fall apart. So I don't know what else to say. What else can I say? So that's The Expendables 2, and I'll give it a 6. It was fun, you know? It was fun. But I definitely don't want to watch it again, but it did kind of make me want to watch the first one again, which I thought was better. So there you go, that's The Expendables 2. It's a 6. Thank you very much.